Right behind me is my daily driver, which is a 2014 Chevy Cruze 1.4 liter turbocharged engine. And today we're gonna be modifying it all for under $500. So right here I have some coilovers from Max speeding rods that I picked up for $300. And right here I have a cold air intake from Flash Shark, and this is originally $130, but I picked it up for $83 because they're running their 6th anniversary sale, and a lot of things are 30% off right now, and you can also stack 15% off on top of that using my code JK15. But now that that's out of the way, we can start with the easy part first, which is getting this cold air intake in. So right now we just have to take their factory air intake off, which is just a couple of screws, nothing too crazy, and a sensor as well. I would be using my impact driver, but my dad took it, so we're using caveman tools. But before we all had electric tools, we once had to use these, so I don't mind using them. All right, got that screw out. It doesn't even have all the screws on it. All right, actually I missed a screw, so we're just gonna go ahead and give this the good old jerk motion too. You wanna go up and down, twist it around. That rhymed, didn't it? All right, pull on this, cut the zip tie without cutting the connector. There we go. All right, now I gotta figure out how to take this sensor off. I've never taken a sensor off like this before. Oh shit, oh. Guys, I don't know how to work on a car. Cameraman had to tell me, so we might need to keep them, guys. Even though I am gonna have to take this out because we're gonna have to put it on our new intake so we can keep that sensor going. Take this like hose off, put a few clamps. Yeah, these clamps have a really good grip on it, you know, but I got a better grip, so I'm not talking about my hand. All right, ooh, nice. Filter covers off. Okay, what's this being held on by? We got a hose down here. All right, hose is off, so filter's completely out now. Gotta take this part of the hose off too. Shit, I can't keep it in there. I can get it in there, it's keeping it in there, that's the problem, honestly. Slips out. Shit.
Yeah, it's because the one you're using is too small.
Well, I feel like if it slips, oh yeah, if it slips out, yeah, well, I would say too short. So you like them real long or something? Shit, come on. There we go. All right, hose is off, throw that to the side. While I was taking the air intake off, I actually looked at the cam seals and I noticed there's some oil right there. So definitely probably leaking oil from there. And let me know, guys, if you want me to address that issue because it also has a check engine light for the turbo. So we can fix this thing up, get it running real nice along with the mod. So drop a comment down below if you want to see me fix stuff like that. Okay, so I think this part hooks up to this part of the hose right here. Or no, that one makes sense. Maybe we'd have to tilt the hose because there's no hoses in here. I'm just gonna loosen this and tilt it, or turn it, I mean, because right now when I put that pipe there, it's hitting the tail light or the headlight. It's loose now, so we'll just go ahead and turn it this way a little bit. Fit that in there, perfect, yep. Run it just like that. And then we're gonna have to take this, oh, what was that? Screwdriver does not wanna stay with me. All right, tilt it like that. Take this like sensor thing off there, and then we'll just, I feel like it's not gonna reach. Yeah, that'll work. And right now we're just doing a mock-up kind of how we're gonna have it before we put everything together. We'll have this rubber piece right here, and we'll also have the heat shield like kind of in between that. Boom. Yep, boom. So we gonna run it just like this. That's how we gonna run it. So now we can take this back off and actually put everything together the proper way. All right, so I went ahead and put the clamps on there so it looks pretty much exactly how we did when we mocked it up. Just gotta tighten all the clips and also tighten the sensor down that we took off from the original air intake. All right, that's all tight. And actually I'm gonna go ahead and plug that in now so we don't forget. Oh, it does have to go a certain way. All right, no problems, we got it to fit. Let's tighten that down too. I'm actually pretty excited to hear what it sounds like. I looked up some videos of other people that modded their air intake and it made it sound really nice. Tighten this clamp. Now that we have that on, before we go ahead and put the coils on, we're gonna go ahead and get a sound test. The car started up and then it died right after I started up, so we're definitely gonna have to figure out why that happened. So it's not getting air. This shit ain't drivable by Monday. Drivable never. Part of being a professional is addressing one issue at a time. So now we address this and we see if that's the problem. You hear that?
Just blew that shit out. Yo, it was probably something a leaf probably blew in the pipe. Give it one more try.
Okay guys, so at first when I was starting the car, it wasn't staying on. It was just like, blah, 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 and then going right away. So the last try I started it and gave it some gas right after I started it, revved it a bit, and I'm not gonna lie, the air intake makes this car sound really, really nice. I think mixed with the turbocharger and the air intake, it's a really good mix, makes the car sound really good. But as soon as I stopped giving it gas, the car cut right back off, like blah, 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 blah. So we got our scanner hooked up and we're gonna get some live feed when we're pressing the gas to see what we're missing. Oh, that's not good. We have a code for intake airflow system performance. Well, that's definitely probably why. Okay guys, so took a break, reflected on what was going on so I could find out the issue. And my brother came up with a really good diagnosis, which was that it had to do something with the sensor, right? So if we come over here, this pipe I had flipped around the other way and the sensor plugged in here. He suggested that we actually turn it the other way because it's reading everything wrong. The air ratio or the air ratio wrong. So we went ahead and flipped that around, hooked it back up all together and plugged the sensor again. And right now I'm gonna show you what happens when I start the car after we did that. And there we go guys, the car starts and it doesn't just turn off. So I'm gonna give y'all a couple revs before we go ahead and move on to the coils. Not gonna lie, this thing is sounding really nice right now with that cold air intake on there. I'm really happy about that. That's doing a really good job. So let's go ahead and move on to the coils. All right, jacking the car up. So after like 10 minutes, I finally got the wheel off. I don't know why it was on there so stuck. A little bit of PB and it came right off. Now that we got the wheel off, we're gonna go ahead and take everything off the bottom that we need to. I think start with the sway bar link. Bottom knuckle bolts out along with the nuts. There we go. All right, top hat off. Put this to the side because we're gonna need to keep this nut because the kit does not come with one. And now we can just go ahead and pull this thing out from the bottom. Oh, the sway bar link. Oh shit, boom. Struts out. And now that we got the old strut out of there, we're gonna go ahead and set up the coilover ride height. So we got both the front ones right here and the old front one. And the reason we have the old front one here is this is gonna tell us how much we're dropping. So already I kind of started messing with this one. And if we put it next to each other, now if I'm going just off judgment, I would say that's about like maybe 4 inches, maybe a little shorter, I don't know. So I got this one set how I want it. So now we're just gonna go ahead and set the other front one to match this one. Measuring tool right here, and we're just gonna measure collar to collar, see how many millimeters. It's about almost 104 millimeters. I'm gonna match 104 millimeters between collar and collar on this one. All right, now I got them both set the same, so let's go ahead and put one of these in. Grab our impact and tighten that nut down. Windy out here. Got the bolts and nuts through on the bottom, just gotta snug them down. Make sure it's on tightened. And now I got the first one installed, got the sway bar link, knuckle bolts, brake line, so we can go ahead and put the wheel on and start doing the other ones. And I pretty much went over everything that has to be taken off, so I'm just gonna go ahead and zap this stuff off pretty quick. This is honestly my 4th time doing coilovers, but since these are different, I am having a little bit of trouble. I wish it was a Honda, to be honest. All right, that's all the bolts, so just pull it out now. Still stuck on the sway bar a little bit. Yeah, the spring's out. Oh, I'm an idiot. I took the spring bolt out. I live to see another day. Why buy a spring compressor when you can just do that? Because we did need this top hat to come off, so perfect. And now I got the top hat on top of the coilover, but we just have to tighten it down. So we got some vice grip holding the shaft. That's gonna spin while we impact it. So this is gonna create some tension against it or some opposite pressure while we hit it. So let's just go ahead and hit it. All right, now it's time to put it in. Put it on the car and not put it in anywhere else. I know you were thinking about my cameraman. Also, if you're wondering why I'm using this instead of just an impact at first, the impact really messes up the threads. I already messed up the threads once before doing this, so to kind of save them a little bit before I use impact, I'm gonna thread it on with this. And now we got both of the front ones in all tight. So now we can go ahead and move on to the rear. And for the rear ones, I just have to take off these 2 bolts up here, 1 bolt down here, and then that'll release the tension on the spring and we can just pull it out. Oh, there we go. A lot easier than the front. That's what we got a 1/2 inch impact for. Oh, it's still like, yeah, but, oh, there we go. All right, coil springs out, just throw that over here. Oh wait, we actually might need to keep this, I don't know. Now I could go grab the new coilovers, which are in the garage. Actually still in the bag too. Now these are nice and shiny. The other ones are super dusty. And I wish I could have showed y'all me getting this bottom strut and spring in, but to be honest, it took me and my brother to both put it on there. But the way it works is pretty much the same way we took it off. The 2 bolts at the top, the 1 bolt at the bottom, and then pretty much this spring. So that's all. So now we're just gonna go ahead and tighten the bolts down and do the same thing to the other side. And now we're on the other side and we're just gonna do the same thing. Zap these 2 bolts off. Now we just gotta take the bottom one out. If you're ever in the market for sockets, I recommend you don't get these like Impact Pittsburgh ones. They round out literally every bolt they touch. Now I gotta bounce up and down on it like it's I'm at a coil spring.
Almost there, keep going.
What?
It's almost there.
There we go, I got it. Here, let me see. There we go. All right, coil spring out. Now I can go ahead and put the new one in. Just got all the coils in finally and dropped the car down. And honestly, it's looking pretty good. I'd say a few things are, the rear could definitely come down a lot more. So we'll adjust that soon because the rear is pretty high. Front is pretty good though. About maybe like a couple centimeters, maybe like 1 inch between the tire and the fender. So we got that looking pretty nice. I'm gonna give y'all some B-roll of that and then we're gonna go take it for a test drive. And also guys, I know you may be wondering why it's not slammed to the ground. Remember, it is a daily driver, so we're trying to modify it, make it look cool, but at the same time, keep the daily driver abilities that we need. All right, just took it out the driveway. Seems to be driving pretty nice. I know where the first place I'm gonna go, which is to take it around some corners, because one thing coilovers are supposed to do is improve handling a lot, and that's big on speed. So let's punch it. Oh, we have like no gas left. All right, we're hitting it. Remember, we got the intake on there too, so we got some boost going. Oh yeah, I just hit that corner at, I'm not gonna say the mile per hour. I'm not gonna lie, this car feels way better, literally just after a few modifications. I'm actually really excited to keep on modifying this thing. We're gonna, oh, that didn't sound good. All right, we're taking it around the other corner now. Brake, boom, turn to the corner, lean. Oh yeah. Okay guys, that's it for this video. Stay tuned, we'll be doing turbo part 2 soon for the Civic.